me, Cassandra Martinez, for Black Hollywood Live, and we're at the world premiere of Incredibles 2 at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. So first, I have to say, it is an absolute honor to get to talk to you. I mean, you've brought us so many emotions. I mean, okay, so Up, Inside Out, Ratatouille, Incredibles, and now Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
What is your thought process when you sit down and try to compose beautiful pieces of music?
I am always thinking about the characters. I'm always, that my first thought is always with the characters. What are they feeling? What are they going through? And it's never really about what is happening so much on screen, because you could be in the middle of an action scene, but there can be a very sad or emotional reason as to why that action scene is happening. So I will always play that feeling. For example, in the beginning of the first Star Trek film, when Kirk was being born, and they get separated, and Kirk's father has to go stay on the ship. Everyone else comes off, and it's a big action scene. They're being pummeled by the Romulans. You could easily score that just as an action moment, and it would be like anything else. But the truth was, it was so sad what was happening. So I just wrote this really sad music. So you're always thinking about what's happening in the character's mind, what's the subtext, and what you want to be empathetic to that.
Well, and I mean, touching on Up for a little bit,
yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one where I hear the beginning of the score and tears. Yeah. Does that ever happen to you where you're writing it?
It happened when I wrote it. Absolutely. I remember the first time I saw that scene, it made me cry. And there was no music in it, it was just storyboards. And then when we were recording it on the stage, everyone was crying. And then, so you hope for that. You want to dig deep into what are the real emotions that are behind this particular scene. And it's sort of like being an actor as being a composer, because you have to find those emotions and feel them yourself, relate to them in some way, whether maybe you went through something that was tough in your own life, so you want to remember that, dig deep into that. But it's always about reaching for that level of emotionality.
Well, see, and now going from The Incredibles to Incredibles 2, did you tweak anything? Was there anything that you did differently?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of new stuff I was able to do. On the first one, that was my first movie, and I was really, I know, it was insane, and I was really sort of panicked through that whole thing, and really making sure that I didn't get fired at any point, because I loved that film so much, and that was my first sort of big movie, and I just didn't want to mess that up. And this time I felt like, I know what I'm doing, I know these characters really well, and I love the story that Brad was telling. So I was able to kind of make sure that you feel like it's an Incredibles movie, but also take it into a lot of new places.
Now, what is the weirdest place you've been in physically where you've gotten an idea for a little tune, a little something?
Well, I was in the shower when I thought of Up. Yes, that's a weird place to think of something, yeah. And I was just in there and I thought about it. I was thinking running, because I had been thinking about the movie a lot, and there's not much else to do in the shower, so you're just thinking. So that was, that's where that came from. Yeah.
Now, last little question, you've done so much. Again, where do you want to go next? What do you want to score next?
Oh, I don't know. I work with a lot of my friends. I'm really lucky to work with directors who are also my friends, and I'm always curious to see what stories they're going to tell next, where they're going to go. And the relationships are such that I am always there for them when they're ready, and I like being surprised to see the journey we're going to go on next.
Well, we have our eyes on you and our ears for sure. So
well, thank you.
Thank you so much, and I love this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. You too.